guys, and welcome back to the Canadian Glam Mam channel. Glam Mam here, and as you can tell from the title, today is going to be a workplace-friendly, fresh spring-inspired look. Now, if you have watched the previous video, the mini drugstore haul, then you will know that this video is a requested video by one of my subscribers. Now, to give you a little bit of information, this subscriber is over the age of 50, she works in the healthcare field, and she does not like to use foundations or concealers or anything. She likes to go for a more natural look, just using a simple bit of eyeshadow, mascara, and liner, throwing on a lipstick, and running out the door. She doesn't have the time to spend half an hour to an hour to do her makeup every morning, which is fine, and not a lot of people do, and not a lot of people choose to wear foundation or concealers and everything. And if you have the skin and you're confident to do it, then that is wonderful. I'm confident to walk to the grocery store just like I am right now. It doesn't bother me one bit, but I'm somebody that loves makeup. I love trying new things, so therefore I play around with a lot of makeup. Nowhere near everybody needs to have nowhere near as the amount of makeup that I do. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak tonight. So yeah, it's not recommended. It's not necessary. I am a makeup artist. My hobby is makeup. I love collecting it. Therefore, that's why I have and use as many products as I possibly can. I run a business by doing makeup. So, I mean, if I didn't have a lot of makeup, there'd probably be an issue there. But anyways, getting back to the tutorial, I got a little sidetracked. So yes, I'm going to try to keep this as fun and fresh as possible. If you are somebody that does not wear foundations or concealers, just skip that step, skip through the video till the next part, the eyeshadow. But for the sake of including everyone, I will do a fun, luminous, dewy foundation and show you how to achieve that. If you are someone that doesn't do foundation or concealers, just skip this part. So I'm going to start, I've already primed my face, moisturized and primed. But I'm going to start by using, if you watched the drug haul video, this new True Match LUMI foundation by L'Oreal. It's a new one for me. I've never used it, so I'm excited to try it. I'm in this shade C3 Creamy Natural. So to get that dewy glow that I'm talking about, I'm also going to be going in with the Hard Candy Sheer Glow All the Way Blushing Babe Soft Glow Illuminator infused with 24 karat gold. I mean, if it's infused with gold, I want it on my face. I am that kind of girl. I like the glitter. So I'm going to simply do one drop of the illuminator, like so, on my hand, and going to go in with 2 small pumps of my foundation, like that. I'm going to simply use my finger to mix and blend the two together. Hoping this is going to work. I've never done it with this foundation before, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to apply. But I'm just going to apply that on my face in different spots. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and pick up some of that product and do the same thing. So I'm just going to blot it on my face, like so. And sorry, this is not a beauty blender. I use beauty blender because it's a lot quicker than saying the Real Techniques beauty blending sponge, that kind of thing. So for the sake of my video, as I call it a beauty blender, I know somebody might be picky about that. It is not a beauty blender. It is a Real Techniques blending sponge. But anyways, just a little sidetrack there. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this in using the sponge. So my first opinion is this is a nice foundation. I'm liking how dewy it's making my skin. It is, with the two that I have, more sheer than my Fit Me foundation. Like, this is a sheer to medium foundation, whereas my Fit Me foundation is a medium to full coverage. So it's a lot more natural sheer looking, but by the looks of it, you can build it up. But for this video, because I'm trying to stay on the more natural side and just give a fresh, dewy glow, I'm just going to put enough just to give a nice sheer coverage to try to make things a a little bit more smooth of complexion and base for my skin. And once it's all blended out, I'm just going to go ahead with my concealer. Now for my concealer, I'll be using the new one that I picked up. This is the Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer in the shade 20 Light. And the reason why I'm going in with concealer and everything is, one, I have dark circles, and two, this will help give you even more of a bright, wide awake look. And that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm not too fond of this squeeze tube applicator. I do like my doe foot, but it's not something that I can't work around. This concealer blends nicely. And it is a decent shade for me with this foundation. They do seem to match pretty well. It's not overly light, but it's not one that I would use as a highlighting concealer if I wanted to do that. So I'm just going to bring up some of the concealer on my eyelid, and that's just going to prep for the rest of it. And then I'm just going to press that all in under my eye. Just to brighten my under eye and get rid of my dark circles. I'm flipping to the flat spot just so that I can get in a little closer. And when I use concealer sometimes as an eyeshadow base if I'm not using a eyeshadow primer. Just because if you can use a concealer, then all the, I find that it works really well to cover all the veins and everything in your eyelid. So it's not as much concealed as I would normally use for my under eyes, but I mean, we're rolling with it. It's more of a natural look. I normally don't naturally not have any dark circles and really bright, glowy, finished skin, so I mean, it's as close to natural as I can get without not wearing makeup. So I'm just going to go quickly and set this. So I'm going to be using this highlighter brush by Luxie, number 522, and I'm just going to set my under eye real quick with this one. And I'm using the Essence All About Matte. And this is a new product for me too, and I seem to like it. It's very lightweight powder. I'm just taking my BH brush, the biggest one out of my kit, and I'm just going to lightly dust this on the rest of my face, and that's just going to help set everything. So, because it's more of a natural look today, I'm not going to be contouring, but I am going to throw some blush and highlighter on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Switching to my angled brush, I'm going to grab that new Joe Fresh Melon blush that I just picked up. And I don't know how pigmented this is going to be, but it is a lighter shade, so I'm just going to roll with it and see where it gets me. And I'm just going to sweep this all on my cheekbones up into my hairline. And that is a really pretty color. It's not as pigmented as some, but it is quite pigmented. So you don't have to be too careful. But you don't need to go back a million times either into the blush palette to get some product. So I'm just going to repeat the same step on the other cheek. Next, I'm going to go back in with this highlighting brush. Again, it's the Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush that I just used, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the Hard Candy Glow. This is the Blush Crush Baked Blush Palette 127 Honeymoon, but like I said in my haul video, it's more of a highlighter for me. It's not necessarily a blush because it is so shimmery. So I'm just going to take that right on top of where I just put the blush. So I mean, if you did not want to go through the extra added steps, you could just grab the blush, Crush Blush. It's got pigment in it, a little bit of pigment and a little bit of shimmer, so you could just do one go instead of doing the two separate steps. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak tonight. I'm sorry, guys. As you can probably tell from the dark circles under my eyes and how dark they are compared to usual, I have not really slept. I have a very sick son and a teething 8-month-old daughter. So, needless to say, I'm lucky if I get 3 to 4 hours of sleep a day. And with the YouTube and running my business has been very, very busy, so I'm quite tired. Next, I'm going to go in and start with my eyeshadows. So I'm going to be working with these 3 eyeshadow crayons. I'm going to start with the NYX Jumbo Pencil, and this is in the shade 625 Sparkle Nude. Now, like I said, I've never worked with shadow pencils before, so this is going to be interesting with me. The only one that I have used is the NYX shade in Milk, and I've only used that as a lower waterline liner, so I'll be interested to see how these blend. So I'm just going to grab this color, and I'm just going to throw it all over my eyelid. And I'm quite impressed. These are really, really smooth shadow pencils. I'm just taking that all the way up into my crease and right along the lash line. And that's a really pretty color. And I'm just going to blot it a bit with my finger just to kind of smooth out that outer edge. I don't want a very rigid look, but... And then just do the same thing to the other side. And this is what my viewer that requested this video normally does. She just takes one of these shadow pencils and throws it all over her eyelid and is done. But I'm going to show you how you can work with 1 or 2 colors to kind of get a unique look without too much work and blending up powdered shadows and going back and forth. So I've got that all over my lid. I'm going to take this darker shade in the color Rust. It's the Jumbo NYX Eye Pencil. It's number 619. And this is, again, Rust. And I'm just going to throw this just on, almost like a liner, and just smudge it back and forth right along the bottom there, like so. And that just gives definition to your lash line. So I'm just going to do the same thing. On the other eye. And just kind of pat it to kind of blend the two. Like so. And it'll just give definition. Now my only downfall with these and any shadow pencils is they almost seem really sticky for a while, and it kind of drives me nuts. And they do, if you've got hooded eyelids like me, they do tend to transfer just a little bit when you open your eyes. They will tend to transfer up to above your crease. So lastly, I'm going to be using the Idle Eyes by Wet n Wild. This is the shade 130 Pixie. If I can get the cap off, here we go. I'm just going to press a little bit in the center, right in the center over top of that, and then kind of blot that back and forth. So that's going to give me a highlight pop. And then on the inner corner of my eye. And that's just to kind of help my eyes look awake. Again, I'm not a fan of these, but this is the lengths that I'll go through to help one of my subscribers. So again, if there's a product that you guys want to see me use or create a look with, even if it's not a product that I would personally use on myself every day, I will go the extra mile to get it and use it in a tutorial for you guys. So that's it for the eyes. The last thing I'm going to do is, for me, this is just too played down and natural, so I am going to add just a pop of color because it is springtime. I'm going to be using the 24 hour Cityproof waterproof eyeliner pencil from NYC, and this is the shade, where are we here? 936 Sky High. Sorry guys, I know I keep touching my face, but I literally have like the smallest hair touching my face and tickling my nose, and it's driving me nuts and I can't seem to find it. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and line my lower waterline with this color. And that's just going to give a pop of color, something just a little extra. You don't have to do this if you're more into the black liner or no liner at all. It's all up to you. Use the things that I just did, the little tips of putting a highlight in the center, smoking out the lash line, that kind of thing. It's all to work for you guys, what works best for your skin tone, for your personality, for your style. It's just, this is the way I would do it if it was me. And there, I have another one on the other side. And now we're going to just curl our lashes. Normally I would use an eyelash curler, but I'm just going to skip that step today. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. It's the new one that I just got in my beauty haul video. I've never used it, so I'll be interested to see the kind of formula it is. Well, it is definitely a thick mascara. It's not very, what's the word I'm looking for, liquidy, and I knew that was going to happen. It transferred onto my face. So, simple trick, grab a Q-tip while it's still wet and pat it off. You can use a little bit of makeup remover, but that's not necessary. On first impression, this mascara is not necessarily my favorite. I'm not sure if it's the brush or the formula or just the way I'm applying it like I would normally with my other ones. I'll have to play around with it. But it's really clumping up my eyelashes. I think if I was to use this one on a regular basis, I would go ahead with a clear mascara first, so it kind of applies more smoothly, but we'll just see. It would be a good one if you were putting false lashes over top of it, because it's going to help thicken them out, so when you put your false lashes over, you've got one thick, seamless eyelash. But because I'm not wearing false lashes, this might not have been the mascara to choose, but I wanted to choose it just because it is a new product. And that is my mascara done. So it's not looking horrible. I mean, this is kind of a look that I would have when I was a teenager, before I really got into makeup and the structure and detail of makeup. but it's going to work. So the next thing I'm going to use is the lip liner. I'm using the Essence one in number 11 in the Nude. Now this is a very nude color. It's not as creamy and smooth as I would like it to apply. It's a more stiffer formula, but it is quite nice. The color is nice. So, and lastly, I'm going in with the NYC lipstick in the shade 433 Peach Fizz. And there you have it, guys. It's a fresh, quick throw on your makeup for spring. Go to work appropriate. Very simple, basic makeup tutorial. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys like me, please like this video, subscribe, leave a comment for me down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your suggestions. Again, if there's products that you want me to purchase to use on my tutorials, to do a review on, anything, guys, just leave it all down in the comments. I read my comments numerous times a day. I check my emails, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, multiple times a day, so I am going to see it. It will not take me long to get back to you. And yeah, come and join me on my other social media accounts. So until next time, guys, remember to inspire and be inspired. Thanks for watching. Bye.